Hi, I'm Hiiii, and today I wanted to do a tutorial on how to make pom-poms. I find they're really in fashion at the moment. You can find them on a lot of accessories, like different items of clothing, and I know there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube at the moment to make pom-poms, but this is my take on it, and this first video I'm just going to show how to make it in my different techniques, and then I'm going to do a follow-up video on how you can kind of add that to accessories and just be ready for festival season. Okay, so what you're going to need is your chosen colours of wool. So you can get them from eBay, various shops. John Lewis has a knitting section. I got this glittery white one. It's just kind of iridescent. And then I've got a neon with a contrasting pastel because I just love like mixing pastel and kind of bright colours together just to give it that kind of different dimension. And so once you've got them, you need a piece of card, a pencil and some scissors, and then you need anything which you can trace around depending on the size of the pom-pom that you want. So I've got this reel of fishing line and I'm going to trace around that, and that's a good kind of medium-sized pom-pom, but you can have really big ones or really small ones depending on the project you're doing. Okay, so that's all you need. So to start off, you need to draw 2 circles. Oh, and then luckily because this is a reel of thread, it actually has a hole in the middle, and you do need a smaller hole directly in the middle of the larger circle to make like 2 hoop shapes. If you don't have like a reel or something and you just have like the outer circle shape, you just have to measure the exact middle point of the circle and then just do a slightly smaller circle in the middle. So once that's done, you just cut the circles out. Okay, so then you just cut out the center circle as well. Okay, so those 2 are done. You move the card out of the way. And the first technique I'm going to show you is just the mixed wool. So that's just literally just having like the 3 different colours kind of mixed together and just looking really cute. But you can actually make it thicker than this. This was just my quick example I made, but I'll show you how you can make it thicker or thinner in a moment. So you start by getting an equal amount of each of your chosen colours. You can do as many colours as you like. You can do rainbow, you can do 1 colour, 2 colours, anything really. So depending on how thick you want it, that's how you would cut the length. I'm probably going to do like 60 centimetres or maybe just even longer than that. Just cut it. And then you put the 2 hoops together and you start by just tying so that it's just fixed in place. And then you literally just weave the 3 pieces through the hoop over and over and over. So I've wrapped it round, so it should look like that. And for the next step, I'm going to actually get some smaller scissors. So I've got some smaller scissors for this bit, and what you do is you hold on quite tightly. I might just trim this to get out of the way, this extra bit. You hold it quite tightly, and you just start by snipping a few of them so that you can actually get in between the 2 hoops. Find that gap in between the 2 hoops. and then you just cut all the way around. And actually, if you had a thicker, like a longer amount of wool and you wrapped it around many more times, it is actually much harder to cut. So I recommend using quite sharp scissors. So as you can see, there's the 2 hoops, and you're literally just cutting in the middle. Okay, so it looks like that. And so you do have to kind of hold it in place when you're cutting it, so that you don't want to risk the bits falling out. It's okay just about for now. And then what you do is you pick just any of the colours, cut off a piece, and then you slip it in between the 2 hoops like that. And then all you do is you just tie it tight, like that, really tightly. And then I'm just going to tie it a few times. Kind of depends how many times you want to do it. I do it quite a few times just to make sure it's really, really in place. Okay, that's all right. And then what you do is you just pull off the little hoops. You have this nice fluffy pom-pom. Just kind of fluff it out. And then you just trim off all the long bits. There we go. And this one is actually really thin, so I do recommend, like I said before, have a play with it, the different thicknesses and stuff, because it might be quite nice to just have a slightly fluffier, bigger pom-pom. So there it is, hanging from the string. So you can actually use this, keep this string attached to it and make it like added to, like, I don't know, a drawstring or something on something, or make a loop and add a keychain. But I'm going to show in my next video kind of different ways that you can use these pom-poms. So that's the first technique done. So I'm going to trim that because I like it short. There you go. 2 really cute pom-poms, kind of in colours that are on trend, perfect for summer. I love fluorescents and I love pastels, so it's just nice to mix the both, and I love the fact that there's glitter in the white. Just makes it, kind of just adds that extra touch to it. The second pom-pom is this one, where you have different colours on the outside and in the middle. So what I did with this one is I actually used 3 colours. I used a pink in the centre, just plain on its own, and on these sides, if you can see, it's got a mixture of white and the pastel green colour, so a mixture of these 2 on the sides. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use 2, so I'm going to use these 2 colours, that's what I've decided, and I'll show you how to do that now. So I'm going to get the 2 hoops I made before. You can sometimes reuse the hoops, sometimes they get a bit battered and you just start again, just so that it's more accurate. But for now, this is actually fine. So I'm going to get my first colour and I'm going to do it quite a decent amount, so I can make this a bit of a fluffier pom-pom than the last one I made. So you start by the central colour that you want. So that's my central colour, the pink. So whatever one you want in the centre is the one that you begin with. So you just knot it there. Get that out of the way. And this one takes much longer than the mixed yarn because you're separating the colours and you have to like wrap around quite a few times. So I personally prefer just the mixed colour one. It's just a lot of fun, but it's nice to kind of try out the different styles because you can kind of mix it up when you're customising things. So I'd say this length is probably at least 100 centimeters long, I think. It's like 1 meter long. So now I'm wrapping it round for the second time. And just keep wrapping it round until you finish. Okay, so I'm going to stop there and then I'm just going to tie a little knot. There we go, and then trim that. Okay, so that's the first bit done. Now I'm going to get my second colour. Start on that. I still think that I can make these much thicker, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I just thought I'd cut slightly shorter bits than maybe I usually would. So now you just start wrapping around the bright yellow with your next colour. So once you've cut enough of it, you'll find that gap in between the two hoops and you just cut all the way around. Trying to cut it as even as possible along the line so that the pom-pom is just really neat. Okay, so that's done. And for this one, the colour that you would pick to tie around would be the same colour as the central colour, so that it blends in. So that would be yellow. And you just put that in there, slot that in the middle and tie it as many times as you like until you're confident it's fully fastened in place. That tight. Okay, so once you've tied it, just remove the hoops and just trim off all the pieces, all the long pieces. Fluff it up a little bit and you can see there's the centre part and then there's the middle part, and just like make it as neat as you know, want. And yeah, so they're all done. These are all my pom-poms. So for my next tutorial, I'll show you how you can use these pom-poms and put them on a few various accessories. I actually made some earrings already, but I'll explain how to do that next time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and feel free to ask me any questions or give me any feedback.